Hi everyone, I'm Margot Tarot Reader, and today we are doing a general reading. Um, if you are needing your own consultation reading and/or ritual, email us at solunabotanica2@gmail.com and/or Margot Your Tarot Reader, and we'll be more than happy to help you. We're open 7 days for you, and of course through the media in case of emergency, 24 hours a day. We can do your reading in a reading recording and/or in person or through video chat. However, it's best suited for you. We are here to help you in any way that we can. Now, um, throughout the early morning hours, I felt the need to have certain things being said. Now, by me saying this, it is the higher self and/or our guardian angels that are wanting us to pass on certain messages that they need to pass on to you. Okay, we are going through a transition, a shift and change in our energy in the physical form, but also in the spiritual form as well, in the living and of course in the spiritual life. But most importantly, what is coming into transition with our humanity. Um, we are going through a reawakening of energy, but also we are going into the cycle of change in whole aspect of the way we live, how we live, and in our own personal life, but also in the collective energy of the spiritual realm on the earth itself in our humanity. By having said that, what our guides and one specific angel is about, yes, preparing ourselves, but also preparing ourselves for that shift of energy and of lifestyle that we are coming into. Um, it's a must. It's something that we all have to go through as prior to us, our ancestors from hundreds and thousands of years. It is the shift that we all need for us to grow and expand our vibration and our physical way of living. Um, but at the same time, there are things that it's a must that have to happen. It's a must that we need to come into understand that the bottom line is, and I'm going around the bushes and I don't even know why, because I think that we're not, what's the phrase I want to use to be more softened with what the reality is? We intend to be naive and we intend to not want to be realistic with the truth or with what needs to be in our lives. Um, we intend to be even selfish at times. And we intend to let other things be taken care of others and from others. Um, what this particular angel is trying to say is that we're coming into a phase that we need and must uh, pull together to get ready for that next phase, whether it is with our own selves and humanity and or above. By that is what they're saying is that we're coming into a conclusion that there will be a certain degree of fear, uh, shift like no other. And yes, most people are going to feel as if this is what we may consider end of the world. Because our world is ending in the way that we are used to live in it, and then something new or someone new is coming in to overwrite just in every way possible that it will live our lives. Can I consider this respectfully in a scenario of what the Holocaust was, what the 1940 one led to, respectfully? Yes and no, because they're giving me two major life events that are going to be reoccurring. And by them saying reoccurring, is letting me know that it has been through centuries thousands and probably even millions of years ago happened, and then it's coming back. It's in our ancestry, it's in our line, whether we are related to those effects by our ancestry, our ancestral bloodline, and or connection from other beings. I've said it, and I will continue to say, we are in that phase that we will experiment or be experimented in other forms, by other forms, other beings. It's been going on for quite some time, under the table, if you want to call it that way. But we are coming into this phase where no more hiding it, because we cannot hide it, or they cannot hide it any longer, if you know what I mean. What this is saying is, just as we are in humans, where we have different race, different colors, etc., it means that we have also aliens coming into this form and shape. We have not been visited by just one particular entity. We have been visited by a number of entities, which it talks of our ancestrals. And like we discussed it earlier in the video, bloodline. So yes, I feel that we kind of sense it, we kind of know certain truth, but we don't know all the truth, because it was meant to be this way by whoever implemented, for either to no fault of their own, for our safety, and or for the purpose of keeping us tame into the best way that they felt or feel at this time, that it is for us to not go in chaos. As you know, any little thing that happens, unfortunately, when we find out any little thing, we intend to overact, we intend to do harm to ourselves and others, for any aspects of life that happens. So it makes sense that other people in higher power can find ways to tame us, because again, we either or not understanding or not wanting to realize the cause of the end of results, and or probably, since our energy intends to reflect with fear and rebel against when we do not know the actual circumstance of life, no matter what it is, including in personal life and or commonly in all of us. And our first reaction is to be protective and to be, defensive about it. So then we intend to do things that we shouldn't, that we should be more civilized in the way that we act and conduct ourselves for the best of ourselves. But unfortunately, it doesn't happen that way. And it makes sense that, the higher ups are doing things in that aspect, because they feel that that us in human levels are not going to be able to know how to do certain things when we are seeing the demise of a lot of things that are coming forth. Okay. Now, what I also see here is that there's going to be a lot of confusion with a lot of things that are going to be taking place. We know that aliens are already doing the search, coming back around, and they have been more noticeable in the last few months and or years. But this year in 2026, I feel that we're going to have a true visual of certain and or a particular one, either through the actual eyes of our eyes seeing it and cannot be taken back, because again, through the media, through the phones, we are more active, all of us together, through that. Unfortunately, because also AI has been out there more, conveying and running our life to a particular degree at this time, people can play it off as it is AI. Trust me, it will not be. And the higher ups are going to also say something similar to that. But trust me, it will not be. It will be an actual entity of otherworldly like. And by that, I'm playing it safely, but it is aliens. Now, what it also Metatron is saying is that um, this this is uncertain degree of what kind of alien is coming forth. And again, because we're not the only world that is still living, there are other worldly lights that are still living. So we do not know particularly what kind of alien is making land here. What Metatron is saying also is that through centuries and thousands and even millions of years, they try to uphold certain level of division between us and other worldlies, to a degree, because of just like we do peaceful contracts here with our nations of different kinds for the safety of others and for the growth